Hey guys, it's me. I'm assuming it's you. Here we are. This beautiful nightscape? No, not landscape. I'm going to say dustscape. I find that this type of setting is easy for me to make videos. Not that I can't do it in the daytime. It's just that around this time everyone is asleep, and that is a noticeable change in energy. You can feel the energy just kind of like dip, and it's easier to just like gather your thoughts, correlate what's in your mind, separate the muck from the actual magic. Okay, so usually with these videos I have some kind of subject or topic that I want to present or expound on. Today I'm going to be a little more candid, and there's a reason for that, and I'm going to try to get to it. So a couple years ago, I'm sure a lot of you know, I was attacked because I made a video on it. It was a very strange attack. Just like Cliff Notes version, I was coming home on Halloween of all days, and I'm crossing in front of Family Dollar, and this weird guy is there walking in circles, like mumbling to himself, but he has a phone to his ear. And as I like kind of cross paths with him, I just noticed out of the corner of my eye that the phone is upside down. He's either not talking on the phone or it was weird. Anyway, before I could even do anything, like, he's behind me already and he's just wailing on me. I had my head like flung into the pavement. I was punched multiple times, kicked, strangled. It was bad. I woke up in a pool of my own blood. I'm like 90% sure I was supposed to either die or sustain some type of like brain injury, or I was supposed to lose one of my eyes. Like, you'll find that the eyes are very powerful when it comes to like psychic ability, psychic projection, just that type of force. It's an extension of your mind. They're like stalks that extend from your mind. So that type of energy you'll find does come from the eyes. And for a little while I did have like one eye, and I'm not, the symbolism there is not lost to me. So I was walking around looking like anyway, that sat with me for a while, and and I just find it funny because the whole investigation behind the thing, the place, it happened directly in front of this business, Family Dollar, and for some strange, aside from the fact nobody came out to help me, which is par for the course, fucking this fucked up world, right? And there were people in the parking lot. Nobody did anything. They couldn't retrieve the footage because the cameras are out of order. Go figure, right? And the cops couldn't find the guy. Go figure. But recently, that same guy has been popping up directly in my path. This magical guy that nobody could find, he's showing up again. And it's so strange because, like, the cops never pick this guy up. And he's always in, like, strange places. Like, when he walks in the street, he walks in the street. Cars just go around him. It's a very strange entity or individual. And I know, you can call me crazy, you can call me paranoid, whatever. I know that nothing in this world happens. It's all, like, there's always a prearrangement to things. There's always a correspondence. Nothing just happens out of nowhere. I'm sorry. And in that case, I just find it very strange that this guy who nobody could find suddenly pops up. And again, he always pops up in my path. So I know, one, this is being done to, like, scare me. And it doesn't. It kind of caught me off guard a few times, but it doesn't, like, freak me out or scare me. I think now at this point, I'm curious. And I've been told by certain people, like, in their estimations of like who and what this individual is. But I'm just curious. Like, I think at this point, I'm just... It's more on like a scientific level, you know, and I find it really funny. So when I first got attacked, when I first got, you know, effed up, I didn't have my stick, a cane. I always have a stick, a cane, something that I walk with. And before the attack, that was never for like self-defense. I just always felt comfortable with it. And it's so strange that on the day that it happened, I didn't have anything on me. So, like, people see me, like, people know me here, like, walking back and forth, and it's so weird that I even have strangers, when I don't walk with a cane or, like, a stick, strangers will say, hey, where's your cane? Well, you know what I'm saying? It's really weird, but, like, yeah, and I get attacked, and I find it really funny. Again, this guy's been popping up for like weeks now, and it's always in my path. As I'm walking, he's coming from like, you know, our paths always converge. And again, I don't freak out. I don't get angry. I don't lose. I watch him. Because this guy, he's out to lunch, which really makes me feel like he's some kind of walk-in for something. Like something is leading him around. I also find it really interesting that since the attack, he has a tumor on his neck, and it's like the size of a baseball. It's like a second head. It's really gross. Anyway, but I find it funny because this morning, I'm leaving work. I'm sorry. I'm all crisscrossed now. I'm about to leave home to go to work, as I am now, and couldn't find my cane. I have this cane, metal cane. It's got a dragon on the end of it. That dragon is super heavy. You get one hit with that thing, it's lights out. You're done. So I carry this with me everywhere I go. And for some reason, I couldn't find it this morning. So I just said, you know what? Against like, you know, against my higher self, I'm just going to leave, right? Thankfully, as I'm walking outside, like, it was against the door and it just falls over. And I'm like, okay. Otherwise, I would have left without it. But again, as I'm leaving, I'm about to cross the street, this guy comes out of nowhere and our paths converge. Had I not, don't get me wrong, this time, like, I see this guy, I'm fighting like hell. Whatever the outcome, I'm fighting like hell. Like, you're never catching me off guard again. But I just find it funny, like, I would have been in that situation again where I didn't have a way to, like, actually defend myself. Because, like, when I say, like, this dude's throwing punches like a Mack truck, it felt like getting hit with by a car. Like, I'm not a little guy. I'm not a small guy by any means. And this is not a huge guy. He's probably like 6 foot, maybe 6'1". But it's just like there's something about him. Anyway, I would have crossed his path. Like, we literally crossed paths. Like, he literally like walked past me in like some weird daze. And I'm gripping my cane, but I wouldn't have the cane. And it's just so funny how these things work. But I'm just curious now because this fucker is showing up. Like, he keeps popping up in my path all the time. And I don't know if this is like to freak me out or to scare me, because, you know, they're always looking for like ways to scare you, because they gotta, like, you know, it just be mining for fear. But I don't know. What I do know is that at this point in the game, in this point in my life, death doesn't scare me. Is it something I look forward to? Not particularly. I'm actually quite fond of my present avatar, but I know that I go on. I know that this is a small piece of a much larger puzzle, And I know that I'll continue on, doing whatever, so that doesn't scare me. At this point now, it's questions. I really want to know why, I want to know who, and I want to know how. Anyway, I hope all you guys are doing well. That's enough dark, depressing shit for one morning. I will talk to you when I talk to you. Love you all. Take it easy.